What's up, guys? Brian with HappyThumbsGaming here, and we are back with LEGO Indiana Jones The Original Adventures. This is Raiders of the Lost Ark, Chapter 6, Opening the Ark Free Play. We're going to get a red parcel brick for Artifact Detector. We're also going to get that true adventure of 48K, and we do it without even turning on our 2x stud multiplier. In fact, I find that out about halfway through the video. You'll see it. It's pretty comical. But opening the Ark is the final storyline of our Raiders of the Lost Ark story, and we'll go ahead and get into the getting by selecting it and letting the game choose the characters for you. All right, so here we go. We've got our control of our characters here, and we've got a bunch of boxes. We're going to pull out our old bazooka tube and blow up everything in sight. We're going to go ahead and build some bouncing bricks into what appears to be a little mini trampoline. Boing. And we'll go ahead and get up there and grab that studdage. Now, we're just working on our overall true adventurer right now, but also, we're also slicing through all of these boxes with our bazooka tube, and if you notice, there's actually 2 silver hatches out here on the submarine. Now, I tried to do this without attracting any attention from the bad guys, but unfortunately, it did bring on some attention. But I was able to stand on both switches and get that Minikit to pop up. Unfortunately, I fell into the water, and my character ran right through it, but unfortunately did not collect it. So make sure you get up there, swoop it up, and go ahead and take out the bad guys, and we'll move on to the next port here. That's right, port. It's like part, but we're in a port, so it's the next port. Brianism 722. All right, this is actually part of the story bits. There are 2 boxes you have to slam down on that base plate. We've got one officially done did. We'll go ahead and take out some more of these rails here because why not? They give us plenty of studdage. But in the far right corner, we actually find a little hideout here where we need to use our disguise that we got here from our rocket guy. And he'll go ahead and get the approval, and it'll open the door up. Take a quick little sneak inside here and check it out. We've got some more rails, which will provide some more studs. And at the end, there's a handful of boxes. We're going to blast those up and build those bouncing bricks into a motor. That's right. This is reminding me of another game I play where you have to fix the boat to escape. Anybody ever out there played Friday the 13th, the game? A little different genre there, but same principles. You got to get the propeller and some gas, and you got to fix the boat, and that's kind of what we did there. All right, next up, we're going to jump right into the water and go towards or away from the screen, but towards the Minikit over here. We're actually going to use the B button to go underwater. A should bring you back up, so I press B and go way down under. Push forward to get into that little nook, and then, of course, hit A to go back up, and it should do you just right. All right, on the far left-hand side, we actually have ourselves a Whip It Good pad. We'll go ahead and pull a ladder down, which gives us access to this upper ledge here. Not only will that help us with the story-based bits, but it's also going to give us access to a hatch, which we can go so small and get through there and grab a Minikit up on this upper left ledge. Not to mention a handful of bluesies, toozy. Now, hey, we do have some quick links down below in the video description. If you have not used those before, I do find them quite helpful in getting to the next step. Now, speaking of next step, watch out, it's a doozy. We actually need to switch characters here. Once we place our one up top on the light, the other one will spin to win and push that one all the way across. Now there's a little lever here. We'll pull it, ladder drops out, and we now have access to this upper ledge with both characters. And we should be able to pull this lever. There we go. And sometimes the A is not so I. You know, artificial intelligence, not always intelligent. All right, we're making it rain. Some studs in here. Grab them before they disappear. Now, there's also another chandelier up there that you could take out. I opted to not to. And I still have not realized that my 2x red brick is not on. Now, that is something that I am not a huge fan of. Some of these early LEGO games, you turn those on and you turn the system off, and it forgets that you turned it on. So you got to turn it back on, and that's something that I failed to do before this recording, so my bad. However, I still get what I needed, and long before we get to the end. Get what I needed before we got it completed. I missed a total opportunity there. I guess I didn't really totally miss it as I went back and fixed it. All right, we got to use the old Super Soaker 7000 to go ahead and push those green sides around, and once they spin all the way up, it should raise the roof and a ladder too, which will give us access to this upper ledge here. That's right, there's a second higher ledge, and I highly recommend going all the way to the left because there's a couple of blues and a purple too. Woohoo! All right, all the way around to the far right, we find an exit. We'll go ahead and drop down and find ourselves in a new area where we are getting rushed by like probably 15 bad guys. So I'm just blindly firing rockets down here into the far right corner because that's where the majority of them come from. So you can see I'm starting to take some of them out, getting some lucky shots in. Eventually we get attacked from both sides, and there's also some up on that rooftop straight ahead of us there, or up above us I should say. And all right, we'll go ahead and take those guys out. Cha 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 cha. All right, we still got a few more coming in from behind, so we'll continue to blast our rocket. Oh no, he's got better aim than I do. All right, there is some studs on the handheld and some stuff over to the left there up top, but we're going to skip all of that. We actually got our true adventurer already, and we are about to turn on our 2x stud multiplier as well. But first, we're going to fix this truck with old Jacques. We're just going to get it out of the way. That's all we're trying to do right now. We'll use that truck for some pretty important stuff in a minute, but we wanted to get that out of the way. There is a hieroglyphic puzzle we'll solve, but first, we wanted to go ahead and gain approval from the old, I'm not sure what we really call these here, but we definitely need the costume to go ahead and slide through. Make sure you have the soldier out if you didn't catch that. There's also soldiers around that drop hats that you could certainly use too, but when we've got the bazooka guy and he's got what we need, why not just use him? Now, I got a little excited here and shot one too many rockets, which exploded me all over the place, and I dropped some stuff. And hey, now I'm realizing, what the what? I don't have my 2x on. So we go ahead and turn that on, and from here on out, we're going to collect 2 times the studdage. Now, speaking of studs, you can actually blast all of those shrubs around there, and that silver tanker actually goes good too, and leaves a bunch of studs behind, but we're not worried about that. We just wanted that mini kit in the corner. Dig it up using the best digger in Cairo. That's the achievement we got last level for using him 50 times to unearth items. Hopefully you've got that as well. We're also going to get an academic achievement here at some point for using 50 academic puzzles. Not yet, though. Once we get inside by using that puzzle, we're going to push these 2 giant golden, I don't know what they are, they're like little mini pyramids down the checkerboard pathway. Once they are both pushed into the opposite spot of where they started, they should lift up the top. Now, you should be able to run and stand on top. Mine is a little bit glitchy. I'm not sure what was going on here, but we'll go ahead and continue to ride this little carnival ride. I felt like I was at the fair. And unfortunately, maybe I wasn't tall enough to ride the ride on that side. I do have the shortest character that we have out. Maybe that had something to do with it. I am not exactly sure. I switched it up, stood on the opposite one, and it worked just fine. Opened up a lower ledge here. We're actually going to build up a nice little staircase, which will give us access to pick up this red parcel brick and slam it over in the mailbox on the far right corner. Woo to the who! Artifact detector for both me and you. We won't use those. I'm your artifact detector. Come on now, let's be real. Although, now that you have that, you can certainly find some of them a little bit easier. But although, sometimes those take you on wild goose chases, not where you want to go. All right, remember I told you we were going to use that truck? Let's go ahead and use it to bounce up onto this roof. Now, normally, to solve the levels puzzle, we have to put that basket in the middle. But because we are trying to open a door on the far right, we're going to put it on the top middle. And now we play a little game of musical buttons here where my characters do not want to cooperate. Essentially, they should both go stand on those top right, or sort of left and right buttons there, but unfortunately they didn't. So I played a little game of musical, and we got it finally. All right, now to solve the puzzle too, we don't really need this because it opens the door down there and gives us some bazookas. We already have a rocket launcher to take out that silver gate on the right there. But before we do that, we're actually going to make our way back over to where that door opened and collect Minikit number 7. So if you didn't figure it out, there was a puzzle on the door. We actually solved that by matching it and over on the rooftop there, and that's what opens the door. And now we're going to go ahead and blast open this silver gate. Thank you very much. Lots of studdage. And we'll make our way into the final area here where the boss battle ensues. We'll go ahead and focus on taking out the bad guys first. And then over on the left, right by where we spawn, there is a bunch of glowy bits underground that we're going to need to dig up. So pull out your shovel-wielding character and get them all up and then build them into what appears to be a moving camera. Slide it down the checkerboard path, lock it into place, and it should shine so bright that it pops a Minikit up for us. So, whoop, we'll take that and move on to the next one. This was awkward. I keep throwing this thing down, and it disappears. Like, why is that not bouncing into place? I really absolutely have no clue why it took me a couple, 3 times to do this. I don't think it had anything to do with the character I was using. I know that in the end, we do need a female character to bounce off the top. And as it worked out, I actually switched to a female character, and it worked just fine. So if you are having troubles, maybe try that. It might have had something to do with the bad guys attacking me, too. Not exactly sure. All right, in the very back of the area, there is a nice little cave. Inside the cave are some boxes. Get rid of those and dig up the glowy bits, which gives us Minikit number 9. Next up, last but not least, we've got another academic puzzle over here. That's right, the hieroglyphs need to be matched up. We'll go ahead and get those done and it should open up the last door, giving us the final Minikit. Now, all we have to do is take out the main boss, and that's pretty easy. We just have to build up some stuff on the right, and of course, jump up using the rope, and then get all the way up top, and then knock him a couple of times, and it should drop him down to where he actually is just running around waiting for us to finish him. Now, to be honest with you, you could use the save and exit feature too. You do not need to finish this if you are already done did. Now, in our case, we're going to get a few more studs, and we're just going to complete it just because in the past we've asked you guys, do you want us to save and exit, or do you want us to play through? Now, almost always, the numbers are pretty even across the board. Half of you say you want us to finish, and half of you say you don't want us to. So, we can't please everybody, but we thought we would just go ahead and attempt to try and, finish them all. This way we also get extra studs, which we're going to need as there's another red brick coming up that we're going to want to purchase, and it is not cheap. And we don't even have 1,000,000 studs again, I don't think. I think we get pretty close after this one, if I'm being honest. All right, I jumped up top here where Buddy should have been, but he had already dropped down. I'm not exactly sure why, but hey, it doesn't matter. His meter has been depleted, and we are out of here. Artifact Detector. Red brick is officially ours. I don't think we'll purchase it right away, but we do have it in our arsenal. Now check that out. We also got that true adventure, which is over a lot. Well, it's a lot of studs, and now we're going to get more because we're going to stack up these mini kits, which is going to get us paid. And I do believe we crossed that 1 milski mark. We'll see though. It's a nice golden arc. Doesn't really look like the rest of the artifacts. That one looked a little bit on the shiny side. Oh. All right, we're back to the millions. So, all right, hey, that's going to wrap it up for Lego Indiana Jones Chapter 6, Opening the Ark Free Play. It actually wraps up the first movie, so we're getting ready to move on to the Temple of Doom. Hopefully you guys found this video entertaining and maybe a wee bit helpful. Don't forget to hit that like button and drop a comment down below as well. As for me, that's going to do it. As always, until next time, see ya.